What's up, everybody, and welcome back to ITG Daily, the show that brings you the hottest in gaming news. I'm Drew Beausoleil. You can find me over on Twitter at ArtisticGamer28, and that is Scott Savage. You can find him on Twitter at Ta Savage. Scott, may the 4th be with you, buddy. What's happening?
May the 4th be with us all.
Nice.
I'm happy to be back. I feel like it's been a little while since we've done this.
Well, you know, I had a little something come up over the weekend and kind of tied up some of my time. It took away on Friday. We had Monday off as well. I was fortunate enough over the weekend. My girlfriend and I had a little baby boy. So Logan was introduced to the world, and we've been enjoying him ever since. He's only a couple days old, but dude, exciting times.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, like you didn't know. But dude, we have a jam-packed show coming up on today's episode. PlayStation has a new partner. IO Interactive is working on an RPG. And of course, cheaters never win. All that and more. But before we get started, dude, a little PSA. You ready? The Covenant House main mission charity stream is coming up on May 15th. The event will bring together professional gamers, content creators, casual streamers, and their audiences to help raise money and awareness for real everyday heroes. Youth experiencing homelessness, survivors of sex trafficking, and those at risk. And it's all hosted by ITG. That's right, the guys and I will be supporting this great, amazing cause. We'll be hosting the event on May 15th. It runs right now. You can be a part of this charity event starting today. Actually, it started on the 1st of May and runs up to the 15th. You want to find out more details, head over to mainmission.ca. Yo, Nerdcast, welcome to the stream, buddy. Because why? Because everybody can join us live over on twitch.tv/theofficial ITG. We're there. We host this show, much more. And if you can't join us live, no problem. Join us later over on YouTube, InsideTheGame.ca, podcast services around the world, and TV streaming networks around the globe. Scott, dude, I am pumped to be back. I kind of been missing. You know, got that itch going now. Got that itch. Dude, let's get started. We got lots to talk about. You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go, because PlayStation has a new partner, dude. They partnered with Discord. Yo, Microsoft, what happened? Because at PlayStation... This comes from Jim Ryan, the CEO and president of PlayStation. At PlayStation, we're constantly looking for new ways to enable players around the world to connect with one another, form new friendships and communities, and share fun experiences and lasting memories. It's in this new spirit that we're excited to announce a new partnership with Discord, the communication service popularized by gamers and used by more than 140 million people every month around the world. Together, our teams are already hard at work connecting Discord with your social and gaming experiences on the PlayStation Network. We got a bit to talk about here, buddy, that's for sure. Our goal is to bring the Discord and PlayStation experiences closer together on console and mobile starting early next year, allowing friends, groups, communities to hang out, have fun, communicate more easily while playing games together. To bring these experiences to life for our players, Sony Interactive Entertainment has made a minority investment as part of the Discord Series H round. Scott, yo, what? Okay, let's just back this up quickly, because there's rumors, right, floating around that Microsoft was looking to buy Discord for $10 million. All of a sudden, Sony sweeps in and forms this partnership, and we're going to get more details. Dude, that was it for details, like nothing. Just that they have a partnership now going on with Discord, and that they'll be teaming up coming out next year. What do you expect, and what happened to Microsoft, buddy?
Yeah, Sony has acquired a small slice of what it is to be Discord. So they have a small stake, but that small stake is important, especially when Microsoft is looking to kind of sweep in and take over. They've been making a lot of big moves recently, and this kind of seems like a calculated counterattack, but that doesn't quite disclude Microsoft. So I'm still not exactly sure what's going to happen on that front. But it makes sense to bring Discord in just a general sense with your consoles, with your game service, because it is, like they say, used by so many people across the world.
Well, that's just it. 140 million monthly active users. Dude, like that's huge. And it would have been what a move if Microsoft would have got that deal and bought them out. Then they could have really shut out PlayStation altogether. Now it's turned the tides around. PlayStation swept in, took a part of this partnership. And what's this mean for the future of Xbox? Because we've seen Xbox actually form some deals and allow Discord users and Xbox users to work together and bring over certain game clips and certain highlights and things like that, right? Incentivize them to use the Discord app and what they can do to collaborate together. But now with PlayStation becoming in as a partner, will that exclude Xbox altogether? Because we all know PlayStation doesn't play well with others, dude.
Yeah, they don't exactly have the greatest history of that. But I'm curious to see what it means on the PlayStation console. Does that mean we'll be able to download Discord just directly and interface from the PlayStation? Or is this more of an informational sharing kind of service? I'm still curious because not a lot of details have been dropped so far.
No, nothing really at all, right? So we see that they're partnered there. That comes across. Okay, cool. But no details whatsoever, which kind of leaves us just with more speculations and questions, honestly. But yeah, what does that mean now for PlayStation? They have a party chat system on the PlayStation. And if you're a PlayStation user, then it's comfortable to use. You've been doing it for years. And it's just one of those everyday uses. It works on the app too, right? When it comes to mobile. So now they're going to bring it to collaborate together and bring it over on mobile as well. So it's interesting to see where this could lie. Are we going to be away from the whole party system and just use Discord now? Like, what's that mean? What's the future hold for there? Who knows? Nerdcast, thank you, buddy. I am glad to be back. That's for sure. It's nice to be back. But it was good times. Dude, more questions, Scott. Like, what do we do?
It would have been very interesting to see Nintendo take a step in this direction and acquire some of that. We've commented on their lack of party system before.
Man.
And that would be a lot more obvious as to what their intentions were.
Well, yeah.
But with Sony, it comes as, is this a replacement? It just brings up a lot of more questions.
No, absolutely. Dude, if anybody would have benefited from buying Discord, it would have been Nintendo.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Let's move on to some Halo excitement. Halo Infinite will support multiplayer crossplay and cross progression between PC, Xbox Series X and S. Microsoft has confirmed that Halo Infinite will support multiplayer crossplay and progression when it releases later this year. This means that if you're playing on PC, you can play with others on Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S. It also means that the multiplayer customization and progress will follow you across all platforms. Dude, how exciting is that? That is fantastic to hear.
Yes, I'm actually really excited for that because I'm pretty new to the space of mouse and keyboard, but I have been enjoying it quite a lot. So to see Halo go this way and I don't lose anything for choosing mouse and keyboard, I'm happy with this move.
I like that they're giving you the option to play where you want to play, when you want to play there, right? So you give the ability to play on PC if you have friends over there. And if you got, okay, you know what? I'm not down by my computer. I'm over on my Xbox. I can play there and still continue on the same progress, whether that's online multiplayer or the story campaign itself. Love the cohesion of having that all in one place and not having to worry about, okay, if I have Halo Infinite on my Xbox, and have it on PC, now I'm in two completely different states of where I'm at, whether that's save or your customization options for online. Now you don't have to worry about that. Dude, how many times have we bought Grand Theft Auto and you're just in different states the entire time you've been playing the game?
Oh, Grand Theft Auto may have the record for the amount of times we've bought the same game. The only one that rivals that maybe is Skyrim.
Yeah, you can play that one on your fridge. All right, let's move on to something else. Let's get into IO Interactive maybe working with Xbox on an exclusive fantasy RPG codenamed Project Dragon. Recently, IO Interactive of Hitman fame spoke to gamesindustry.biz about spinning up a third team to support a new IP that is something different for the studio, and we may know a bit more about what it is. A few months ago, this is coming from industry.biz, I received information that Microsoft and IO Interactive were in talks for a new fantasy RPG dubbed Project Dragon. While it's too early to share any sort of gameplay details, the final product may look wildly different than the initial pitch. What's on paper thus far sounds incredibly ambitious and represents a completely new direction for IO Interactive. Dude, this is exciting to see IO basically leave Square Enix, right? Because that's where they were. They were kind of held at a cap, I felt, over there with the Hitman franchise. They've gone on their own. They're now self-publishing. Hitman 3 comes out, absolutely explodes. Now they're working on James Bond, and now they're in talks with Xbox for an exclusive RPG, which is going to be something vastly different. So can we get something like, I don't know, Hitman-esque style with The Witcher? Like, you know what I mean?
Oh,
dude.
Yeah, the possibilities are really out there, and I'm very excited to see them branch off of just the Hitman IP. Just the news of the 007 game falling to them was super exciting to me. But this just kind of opens that up in a whole different direction. RPG with IO, I'm so excited to see what comes out of that.
Well, the opportunity with that Hitman brings in a game, as far as like gameplay scenarios alone, right? It's so open. You get one map, but the ability to take out your target in like countless ways is incredible to see. So if they can now bring this into James Bond, dude, it has to be pumped to see what James Bond is. Are we in for like a linear-esque kind of style of game, or are we going to have an open world scenario? Everybody seems like the minute open world hit, dude, everybody jumped on this open world fandom thing like Reach, right? Because you're hitting, it was such a huge market. GTA opened it up and it's expanded into something, just turned into this whole other genre by itself. So now when you get into the world of IO Interactive and what they specialize in when it comes to Hitman and these targets that you take out in countless waves, like you can take these guys out in 50 different ways sometimes. It's just mindless. Like it's just mind-blowing how incredible in the detail behind each and every step that you can progress through to get these targets taken out. And then they're coming in with James Bond, which does kind of, when's the last time we saw a good James Bond game? Dude, it's been a very long time.
Yeah, I struggle to remember the last one I played even.
Yeah, I know, but we always go back to GoldenEye, right? That's the biggest thing.
That's
the one that resonates with all of us gamers, especially some of us maybe in the older tier, like Northern Nerdcast and myself. Yeah, I'm calling you out there, buddy. That's what we do, right? We started back then, and that's kind of where it's progressed since. But now when they get into this whole other, I trust IO, right? I trust IO Interactive with what they're doing, what they're building. They've made a name for themselves within the industry, but now they're heading into untreaded territory, Scott. Does that make you nervous at all?
Oh, I really don't want to see IO stumble. As excited as I am a little nervous just because it's something a little out of their wheelhouse. But if they do nail this, then IO just becomes a masterful company that can just produce many things. There's a bright future there. But to your point, this is a little bit rocky.
Yeah.
We're going to have to see some concept, some early work before I have full confidence.
Absolutely. Let's get into some Rainbow Six Siege controversy. You ready?
Yes, this is this is a big story.
Take it away, buddy. This is all you.
Well, a Rainbow Six Siege cheater, already a negative slant there, has been accused of having Ubisoft Montreal swatted. There was an event last November, I believe, where Ubisoft was swatted, and it was a big event, and luckily nobody was hurt, and everything was resolved properly. But this is more details following that. There's a newspaper in Canada here that is reporting that a French Rainbow Six Siege player has been accused of causing Ubisoft Montreal to be swatted by police in that November event, specifically.
Yeah.
According to the Montreal newspaper La Presse, citing a report filed by the Montreal police and a French court, Yanni Ouahune has been banned from Rainbow Six Siege over 80 times.
Dude, what? 80 times?
That is not some rookie numbers. That is a lot of bans. But during the past 4 years, he has harassed the studio and a number of other Siege players. Speaking with the newspaper, Ouahune denied having the studio swatted by police, but he did admit to attempting to have another player's home swatted,
Oh,
which is an interesting statement from him. At one point, it is stated that he impersonated a Ubisoft Montreal staff member in a call to Ubisoft in order to get access to his banned account. When this scheme failed, he threatened to terrorize Ubisoft to death. Those are his words.
wow.
According to the indictment, he said this in order to get what he perceived was all of the keys to Rainbow Six and access to the ability of banning other players, which clearly cannot fall into the wrong hands. During this report, there have been other incidents directed at Ubisoft Montreal, and these ones, Uehine denies that he played a part in. His words exactly, "I have stopped all of my bad activities. I no longer want my mother to be disappointed." And if that's the motivation he needs, I'll take that. That's the swatting is a huge deal. It's not cool at all.
No, it's
And
brutal.
and potentially life-threatening. This is stemming back to the November 13 swatting call. It caused 400 people at Ubisoft Montreal to be evacuated. And the report stated that the caller had spoofed a call to the Montreal police. So he used some technology to pretend that he was there. And he claimed to be holding 40 people hostage. The caller said they would blow up the building if not paid over $2 million. That's a big one.
Scott, okay, this is ridiculous. Honestly, if you have nothing better to do with your time than to do this to people, these are people who are just everyday people who happen to work at a video game company, right? Who are producing, in my eyes, one of the best games of our time. And they have families, friends, parents, their mother, their father, they have loved ones. To do this is absolutely absurd. And it hurts, man, to see that, our gaming community and our own community are fantastic, but we definitely have some bad apples in the bunch sometimes, right? And if Ubisoft can do something about this and stop this, who's been banned 80 times, like, come on, man. If you're a cheater, as far as I'm concerned, if you cheat, you suck. And that's all there is to it. Because you want to better yourself, just play the game. If you can't play it well, then too bad. I don't play Siege well either, but at the same time, I enjoy my time playing the game, right? But dude, I don't have patience for people like this. This is unfortunate. This is even a thing we have to discuss here on ITG Daily. It's just mind blowing. I'd love to see what they can do to clamp down on this sort of scenario. We saw swatting hit Twitch really, really hard too over the last few years, and I've seen it taper down to almost like nothing now at this point. But that was a thing at one point, and now you get it over here at an actual studio. Like, man, come on, people, be better than that.
This risks a revival of that trend, and that's disastrous for so many reasons. And even all of these people that worked at Ubisoft Montreal, we have met some of them. I've been in that building, and for this scenario to be going down, even us all the way over here in Ontario, we're worried for these folk that something terrible was happening. This is just overall a mess of a situation, and nobody at that studio deserved it. Absolutely.
No, absolutely not. So hopefully something comes good out of this and we can sort that out, and everybody, we wish them the best over at Ubisoft, and hopefully we won't have to deal with this kind of scenario again. But let's move on to some other stuff that's going on in the world of Valorant. Valorant voice chat will be recorded to combat disruptive or offensive behavior. Scott, you're on one side of the fence and I'm on the other about this one because, we'll get into it in a second. You ready? Okay. According to the notice, this will also be a possibility in Riot's other games, such as League of Legends. But for now, the only game where chat will be recorded is Valorant. We know reducing destructive behavior is a complex problem that will require long-term investment in many different approaches to address, particularly in terms of voice comms. Reads the update. There's still work to be done on this long journey, but we're committed to providing the social experiences that players deserve when they play our games. We're exploring other approaches that will that we believe will improve in-game experiences, and we'll share an update about our plans in the coming months. But we believe that the ability to act on reports of disruptive voice comms is one of the first steps towards a community where we can all play together and safely. Scott, give me your take on this one, buddy.
Well, I'm a little nervous anytime it comes to monitoring. Not for any particular reason. I don't like the idea that my voice comms or text could be monitored by the service that I'm using. I'm a pretty polite gamer in most instances, but I'm thinking to those that maybe would tread the line between abusive and just trash talk. There is a difference. It's a little hard to determine from an outside observer, but generally there is a little bit of competitiveness and players can get quite heated. Specifically, if this applies to the text chat in League of Legends, that is an astounding number of people that are going to be hit with some sort of penalty, and for good reason in some instances. But I'm just a little afraid of the overreach potential in this, and if every company starts doing this, I'm aware that PlayStation, I believe as well, monitors their chat for the same kind of reason, and for all of the good that does, I'm just a little afraid of that control.
No, absolutely. I understand where you're coming from, but at the same time, they have to do something. You know what I mean? Like how often we were just talking about Siege. Dude, that community sometimes is just outrageous. The text messages we'll get, my girlfriend receives because she's the last one alive, but died at the end because she couldn't get the bomb. You know what I mean? Just things like that, and then all of a sudden a message comes in. Like, you've got to be kidding me, really? Like you're dead. So obviously you didn't do your part either. So go away. It's just, how do you take a toxic community and flip it around and get better, right? Well, you got to get rid of some of that toxicness that's in the community, and hopefully this is one step forward. But I get where you're coming from, right? Because we don't want to be at one point, dude, like, when do we just insert the chip? You know what I mean? So if we can, small steps, whether this works or whether they get feedback, Riot Games being they get feedback from the community and go, this isn't going to work at all. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, it's one step. I'm definitely curious to see what the future holds and how that's going to work.
Yes, and I can only hope for the best. I really hope they do clean up their communities that they do have control over. Yeah. I was turned away from League of Legends myself just based on community response. It was not an inviting place for me. So hopefully they can fix that aspect.
Nope, absolutely. Let's get into some other news, because SteelSeries is introducing Moments. Prior to the launch of Moments, gamers had very few options to easily capturing and sharing in-game highlights with friends up until now. They either needed technical knowledge for video recording, or had to use time-consuming, expensive video editors, or were forced to upload clips to a third-party platform instead of directly to social platforms and communities. In addition to manual clipping, SteelSeries' new software service features advanced auto clipping with GameSense for some of the world's most popular games, such as League of Legends, Counter-Strike, Global Offensive, and Dota 2. It comes with, so if you head to moments.gg, it's a free software. We're going to be doing a little take on this ourselves. As a world leader in gaming and esports peripherals, the SteelSeries software ecosystem is a natural extension of our hardware and ultimately enhances the ability to help every gamer push the boundaries of awesome and feel like a star, said Rabani, SteelSeries CEO. Our goal is to continually challenge the status quo, to innovate and design best-in-class, award-winning hardware and software to enable glory for gamers. Dude, this thing's like very cool, very simple, and just allows people to get in there. You know, you get those sweet clips, and you want to be able to highlight those, and this is supposed to make it real simple. Well, this will wrap up ITG Daily. Everybody, thank you for hanging out with us. Don't forget, you can be a part of the show. Join us live every day over at twitch.tv/theofficialITG. If you can't join us live, no problem. Hit us up at insidethegame.ca, YouTube, Twitch, of course, TV streaming services around the world, and podcast services around the globe. Don't forget to go check out mainmission.ca. We'll be hosting the charity event over on mainmission.ca, as well as Twitch. We'll be live. We'll have more details to follow very soon. Until tomorrow, I'm Drew. That's Scott. This is ITG Daily. We'll see you inside the game.